What attracted you both to it, though? Especially you, Mary, considering that this is kind of your first big movie to get into acting, kind of debut in a sense. So what was the reason behind it for both of you?
Well, Adam Shankman, I met him at a party, and he kept saying to me he was going to give me, he had a role for me. And 6 months later, he showed up with the script, and I read the script. He told me, read the script, see what you think. And I read the script, and what made me interested in the role of Justice is that she reminded me of myself a bit, you know, strong, have to be, you know, confident in a male-dominant world, have to protect the women. I've always been a rider for women, you know, a, how can I say, a support system for them. So, and that's what Justice was, and that's what, you know, and then of course the 80s, the hair, the fun of the movie, the love story, the script just jumped off the page to me, and I was excited reading it. So that's what made me want to be a part of it.
And then for me, I had done a couple of musicals to break into the film world because people discovered me as a dancer, but I didn't know at first if I wanted to do another musical. And then Adam Shankman was like, well, you know, Tom Cruise and Mary J. Blige and Alec Baldwin are in. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do one more, you know, like, okay, I think that's okay. So, yeah, that's how, yeah.
And did you have to do any research into the 80s? I can't believe I'm saying that, it makes me feel old. But like, I assume you would have to look back at the 80s, because you weren't really around, you're in the 80s.
Well, no, I know, people say that all the time, like, oh, you're so young. It killed me. I'm like, don't be jealous. I'm like, you gotta.
That's all it is. You're dead right, actually.
I'm like, you know, you gotta actually live in the 80s. I'm like, I didn't get to live in the 80s, and just a little, like, you know, 5 months where we were on set and going back and stuff. It was so much fun. I feel like, you know, not even just being in the entertainment world myself, but like in general, today's, you know, people, you can't go anywhere or like really be crazy and like be free and like have fun and sometimes, you know, lose your inhibitions a little bit too much without it literally being online or like, and again, not even just being like, you know, in this industry, but anybody. And so I think that's what was so fun about the 80s is you could just be wild and like the consequences weren't as great.
Is that something you find, Mary, having lived through? It's like, is it a lot different now, like that you can't go anywhere without paparazzi following you around and all this kind of thing? Is it a lot different now?
It's different, and nobody's safe. It's nobody's safe, and it's different. I mean, back then we didn't have, you know, on internet and you know, blogs and this and that. You know, paparazzi's chasing you down. People were free to just be free and wow out, you know? And now it's like people can't even be human and make a mistake because it's going to be, you know, the biggest thing on the blog to get people to come to your blog if they lie about what you did. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Well, you guys do so many classic songs in this. Is this kind of all about making it your own? Because obviously you don't just want to cover something, and I kind of really enjoyed your versions of the song, but is it important to you put your Mary stamp on it, put your Julianne stamp on it, and kind of make it different?
Well, I can only put my Mary stamp on, you know, any songs. I'm not trying to outdo the actual person, the person that sang the song. I'm just trying to bring to it what people hire me for, which is myself to it.
Yeah, like I can't, you know, sing like Steve Perry or, you know what I mean? Like, and they're incredible. So, I mean, yeah. And I think, too, this is a musical. It's not even necessarily, you know, like we're really, really, really rock stars. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be, you know, different sounds and different vibes. So
yeah, and that's what I loved about the movie. When I saw it, I was like, this is brilliant because everyone sounds like themselves, but they sound great. You know, it was just perfect.
Okay, and did you learn it off each other at all, kind of working together in the sense that you've had such an amazing music career, you have an amazing music career, but yours has been a bit longer, so did you maybe learn from the music side from yourself, Mary, and maybe learn a bit from Julianne in terms of acting, because you've done a lot of movies now?
I just feel like so humbled and so blessed to be around so many, you know, I mean, Mary J. and the actors and stuff, but like, you know, I didn't really, when I got my record deal, it was like, you know, oh, I'm not going to say no to this, but I don't really know necessarily who I am particularly as an artist, and I think just watching Mary J., like what she just said, she can only put her stamp on things, and that's because she knows exactly who she is as an artist, you know, and so I think that just, you know, that's rock and roll right there, just staying true to who you are, so.
Exactly, and the same with acting, I just had to follow them, like whatever Julianne, you know, said to me, it helped me, you know, like I would get all nervous and insecure, and she'd be like, it's just, she do this thing with her, her body like relax.
Wow.
It's gonna come, and then I'll do a scene, and then Tom will see me and he'll say, "It's great, you're rocking this thing. We saw you, they watch the dailies or whatever." And just watching everybody, I learned a lot about, acting.
Well, you're both brilliant in the film. Congratulations and thanks a million for talking to us.
Thank
you.
Cheers, appreciate it, guys.
You're welcome.